For today's review, we're taking a look at Kingdom Shell, a Metroidvania that does a great job of setting out a unique setting and background with some very familiar gameplay and design. In Kingdom Shell, we play as Elias, a half-human, half-something, in a strange world, where the entire kingdom itself has been sealed under, well, a shell for many years. But when the shell gets broken by a mysterious individual, nightmares, monsters, and more now invade the kingdom, and Elias has been let loose from basically a lifetime sentence in prison in order to try and save the world that basically shunned him for years. Our story definitely goes to some very interesting places, which I won't be spoiling in the video, but it definitely harkens back to the likes of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, that kind of, the world is already screwed up long before you've gotten here, and you're just trying to pick up the pieces of what's left. Now, the gameplay itself should be tried and true to any Metroidvania fan. You'll explore the world that consists of multiple biomes with their own environmental hazards, enemies, and bosses, looking for clues, MacGuffins, and power-ups that you'll be able to use to make further progress. Your standard attack is a melee kind of claw swipe, but you will get access to magic spells that both act as range damage and use for some light puzzle solving and some larger puzzle solving along the way. Similar to that of what we see from more modern Metroidvanias, you have passive artifacts in the forms of inspirations that you can equip to your character at any save point. These inspirations will define your build, and of course you'll be able to unlock more slots and get more inspirations as you play through. The level design in this one I would say is moderate to moderately challenging. You'll be going through a variety of areas, and enemies can certainly attack you from all angles. But the game doesn't feature any 100% instant death traps. If you fall into lava, spikes, pits, whatever, you'll simply warp back to your last kind of ground point, but with some damage taken to you. The boss fights certainly go in a variety of directions, with a lot of small, medium, and some very large enemies you're going to have to fight. And the game does a good job of giving you lots of means of powering yourself up, including health ups, magic ups, and of course being able to get your damage higher by finding certain resources. Now, the puzzle design in this one, it does not go full adventure game. There are a few kind of logic-based puzzles you'll find, but the game does a good job of giving you all the clues that you need hidden throughout the world. And all in all, I would say the experience is definitely above average for Kingdom Shell. In terms of issues or pain points with the game, it is, I would say, in terms of combat, a little bit on the harder side. You see, this is a game where enemies and any kind of environmental hazards do a lot of damage to your health. At one point near the end of the game, one of the hazards was almost a one-shot if I wasn't at 100% of my health gauge at that time. And I think I was only missing maybe 1 or 2 more health upgrades hidden throughout the entire game. And without inspirations, you do not have another means of both raising the defense or being able to pick up health drops off of defeated enemies. You can collect a resource called Nectar, which acts as your kind of Estus analog, but you need to refill it or purchase upgrades in order to have more of it. And it can be a little bit annoying or frustrating for players if you're constantly taking damage. This is one of those games where you do need to be very mindful of how much damage you're taking in any given area, as health will only recover normally at any one of the game's save spots. Backtracking in this one can be a touch annoying as well. You do have fast travel from save point to save point, but there are no means to fast travel to a save point. And this can come back to bite you in kind of the game's mid to kind of back half, when you do need to start hunting down the remaining MacGuffins and trying to find the necessary items needed to push through towards the ending. Still, with all that said, I enjoyed Kingdom Shell. If you're a fan of any kind of modern Metroidvania, especially those that have different movement and platforming tech that gets integrated in the level design, then this is an easy pick. And if you're someone who has trained and played the likes of Hollow Knight, Ori, and so on, then you should be well suited to the challenge of this one. And with everything said, Kingdom Shell was played with a retail key. Let me take a look at your game for a future stream and video. It does not have to be Metroidvania related or anything to do with Vanias. Please reach out. If you did play this one, let me know what you think about it down in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and see everyone in the next video. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.